Hello my loves, it's Kat, how are you? So today we have another pick a card, and today's pick a card is all about the blessings that will be coming into your life, hopefully very soon. I didn't pick any sort of time limit or timeline when these blessings should be coming in. It all depends on you and your circumstances and if you are ready to receive them. I will probably give you some pointers on the way, but yeah, what you need to do is to choose a card or a crystal. That was a loud car. Yeah, so we have card 1 with the Master Stone, card 2 with the Lemon Quartz, and card 3 with Citrine. So calm down. Okay, so when you have made your decision, go down to the description box to find a timestamp. I will give you a few seconds to decide, and when you're ready, I will see you at your reading. Ready? Let's go. Hello my beautiful pile number 1. So you chose the Master Stone and pile 30, no, card 32, Raven Spirit, Truth. So I'm going to read the little story in the book as usual because I love stories. Also, one card actually dropped and I was trying to take the little book, and at the same time I knocked over one card from the same deck and it landed on the floor face up, so obviously I'm gonna take that in. So it says Bee Spirit, Prosperity, number 5. So we will be taking 2 cards. Yeah, no way around that. So yeah. Yeah, we're just gonna take 2, and I'm gonna read both of them because that was really funny. So, Raven Spirit, Truth. As you look up, you see a raven peering at you from a branch. It feels like he's gazing straight into your soul. He swoops down and lands on your hand. Amazingly, he begins to talk, telling you the deeper truths of your life. He reminds you to focus on what is important and admonishes you to make choices in life that honor your truth. And then we're gonna do number 5. I did not expect this. Yeah, okay. Number 5, Bee Spirit, Prosperity. In the meadow, the flowers are heady with their sweet scents. Bees flit from flower to flower, their droning sounding like the combined chants of 1,000 monks. As you watch, you can sense their focus on productivity and working in the community. The result of their industry is golden amber honey. Okay, so yeah. So what I get with the Truth card, I need to adjust my seat, just 1 second. What I see with the Truth card is that you will be, I feel like this is something that is already happening to you. You are kind of finding out who you are without people in it. There are 2 ways. Either you have woken up and realized that you don't really like your life very much. Like, this is not something that I want. Or you have had this deep, unsettling feeling of, I don't like this. I don't like my life. There's another way. Something drastically changed in your life. For example, a breakup or losing a friend. And this makes you wonder, like, who am I without that person? Like, who am I? And you're figuring that out right now. Either these people, they're like gone from your lives, or The other thing is that you are pushing other people away. Maybe you've noticed that perhaps parents, some friends, strangers have been, they just have a wrong idea about you, or they want you to be someone you don't want to be. I'm sorry, I keep getting text messages. Sorry about that. The buzzing was my phone, obviously. So yeah. You may take those as confirmations if that felt right. If you were thinking of something specific at that time when the buzzing sound came, or any clangs or clings, or any sort of like weird voice effects that just randomly come and you pay attention to them, like you notice them. Think about what you were just thinking when that bang or cling or whatever happened. Yeah, so anyway, you are finding yourself, right? You are finding who you are without these things that used to define you. For example, let's say that this doesn't even have to be a person, by the way. I just realized it could be something else. Like maybe, let's say you were a singer and you suddenly lose your voice. Who are you if you can't sing? You always identified yourself as a singer. Who are you now that you can't sing? Or you used to be an athlete and you injure yourself. You can't practice your craft anymore. Whatever this craft is, you can't practice it anymore. Who are you? Who are you without that craft? Because that was the one thing you used to define yourself with. There is something that is changing. You might also, if nothing like this traumatic has happened, then you're like the type 1 that I explained. This is like type 2. Something drastically changed and you're finding yourself trying to redefine yourself now that you can't define yourself with a thing. Or let's say, this is another thing that came to me. Let's say you define yourself as a wife, basically, as a homemaker, and then you get divorced. Who are you now? Who are you? So yeah, that is the type number 1. Something drastically changed. This is type number 2, I'm sorry. Type number 2. Type number 2, something drastically changed that forces you to redefine yourself, because you can't define yourself anymore with the words you used to, because you're not that person anymore, basically. So the type number 1 then, if nothing drastic has changed, but you realize that you're just unhappy. You're just unhappy. Like you should be happy. Like you have a decent job, maybe a partner, maybe some friends. You have like a good amount of money or something. But you're just you're not happy and you don't know why. Then that is because you haven't been living your truth. You have been, I'm sorry, and I feel like my English keeps getting like poorer and poorer in every single video. That just happens sometimes. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, moving on. Sorry, I'm just focusing on myself now. So yeah, you just realize you're not happy. Something is missing and you can't quite tell what it is. Let me tell you what it is. It is the fact that you're not living your truth. Now, what is your truth? Now, that's an adventure. That is an adventure you need to go to and do the adventurous thing and find yourself. For some of them, it might be selling your home and backpacking through Europe. Yeah, that works for some. For some, it might be just quitting your job, doing something that you actually love, or relocating. It doesn't have to be that dramatic though. But let me tell you some signs, because if you don't know like where you are, you're not quite sure. You're not quite sure if this is fitting to you. Let me ask you this question. Have you noticed that the things that you used to love doing, they don't feel as good anymore? Let's say that you used to love to listen to music, and suddenly all the songs you used to love, they just bore you. And you can't seem to find any new good songs either. Let's say you used to love to watch Netflix or other, you know, things, and you suddenly can't find anything to watch. Everything bores you now. You'd rather watch nothing than something stupid, or you just don't resonate with them anymore. You feel like you get really frustrated when people just have these minor communication challenges and they just like throw everything, you know, on the ground, and just like hell, and it could have been solved with one easy conversation, but they just never do it. And or you find it really toxic, or you know, immature, or like their behavior basically, it just doesn't resonate with you anymore. Or you used to love some sort of activity and you can't feel this spark anymore. You don't feel inspired. It will come back to you. This is just, sometimes these things happen. Sometimes we are forced to listen to our bodies and such, and listen to our souls and stuff, so that we don't just settle for things that, you know, aren't really for us. We're just settling because we don't want to be alone, or we don't want to be without it, or, you know, it forces us to realize that we don't want to settle for something, and it forces us to get out there and look for the thing that we actually love. Now, here comes the bee spirit. When you find this, when you find yourself, that will actually take you to the most wealthy version of yourself. Some way, somehow, you will be able to figure out who you are in your core, and you will use this knowledge on how you got there, or some knowledge you gained on the way, or when you realize who you are and what you want to do, everything just clicks, and it somehow you will start making money with it. Maybe it's a purpose sort of thing that is actually rather lucrative, and it will make you very wealthy. But it's not just the money though, it's just deep feeling of being not just like accepted by others, but by you. You are accepting yourself. You're finally happy with who you are and who you're becoming. You're proud of all the things that you've done. You're proud of all the things that you will do. You're so proud of your progress. You love life. And that is the blessing that you will be gaining from this. And I get that things seem really gray right now, but that's part of the game. Because let's say you were happily content with your life as it is now, then that would mean that that was your purpose. The fact that you are slightly unhappy means that something is missing. You're not filling your purpose. So let's find it for you. Let's go and find it. Honestly, like this is I feel like this would be like the greatest blessings of all. Some people would say it's love. Me as an Aquarius, I would say it's finding yourself. I mean, there's nothing wrong with love. I love love. But for me personally, I feel like it's ourselves that we really need to worry about. and loving ourselves is something that is much, much important than being loved by someone else. We can get into that, but I mean, maybe that's an unpopular opinion, but yeah. So we have number 4, creativity. This doesn't surprise me one bit. This could be something that is coming. You will find a spark somehow. You'll be changing things. If you were like the type number 1 that I said, you're not quite sure what is wrong, but you're not content. Start changing things. Usually this happens automatically, actually. This is something that we do when that happens. We try to change things. We buy new things. We change our hair and change our clothes. That is something that you're probably already doing. If you're not, that is something that you probably should be doing. Like, explore. Find out who you are. Maybe the hair color that you've been wearing for years that really suited you so well is actually not the best color. Maybe it would look really good as a redhead. Even though you're always so beautiful in your luscious chocolate brown locks, you know? Sometimes the wild things suit us much better. There's another message with the creativity card. And that message is that finding yourself will actually give you the spark. Or I'm also hearing, like, I think this was from Pretty Little Liars, when Arya was her name. Her mother and father gets divorced, and she meets her mom in a cafe, and she has like this paint all over her hands, and Arya says, "Oh, you started painting again?" And she was like, "Yeah, who knew?" Like, finding all I had to do to find my spark was to get divorced. And I thought that was so funny because, well, it's true. Like, that, yeah, that might be something. Because if you were the type number 2 type, where, if you were the type of, oh my God, if you were type number 2, and you lost someone or something, then this will actually help you bring out the other thing. Let's not say true passion, because the old thing was your passion, or it still might be. But it doesn't mean that it's the only one. It could be that you're finding another passion when something that you used to love is not available to you. You will go search for something else and you will find it. And you will be rather happy with it. And then, if it's possible, you can do both. So, this is a Finnish card. This is actually a Finnish oracle deck card. But I thought this would be fun as well in this theme. So this says relationships, and I'm just gonna quickly read it in my mind. Right, okay, so this talks about relationships, and if you really want a relationship, first you need to feel safe and loved within yourself before you can receive from the outside. Like from someone else. That's basically what it means. So if you feel like, if you just like broke up and you lost a partner or something, this whole adventure, this journey that you will be going on, this will help you find the self-love that you lacked a little bit. And this in turn will actually bring bring in someone new for you. So this is really funny because we have like everything. We have everything here. Like we have the truth, finding yourself, and then we have prosperity, and then we have relationships. So basically, and then we have creativity. So passion for life. So we have like the Holy Trinity here. This is rather amazing, by the way. Like, and the funny thing is that it all starts from this card. It all starts from here. So whatever situation you're in, this will be happening for you. And it's gonna be rather, yeah, the beginning is gonna be a little difficult, but let's just put it out there because all the beginnings are difficult. All the beginnings are difficult. So we have, okay, so, oh fuck. Okay, sorry. I'm just gonna pick that up. So there we go. Oh, well, this doesn't surprise. Oh my god. These cards. Mother. Jesus. So we have 8 of Water. Searching. Empowerment. Fulfillment. Oh, yes. Fuck yeah. Okay, listen. 8 of Cups, 8 of Water. This is a card of leaving something behind in order to find your true purpose, finding what is really meant for you. She leaves all those empty cups behind, all the things that never served her, and she will be walking away from it to find something better, something that is meant for her. Now, here, with the Three of Earth, we have talent, recognition, collaboration. You will be trying a lot of new things. And the thing is, like, you may be actually really, some of you, not all of you, some of you may actually be really scared of trying new things. And I get that, it's so freaking scary. It's annoying for me. I like to be good at things, you know, like I like to practice first and then show everyone how naturally good I am. But for example, let's say, so I have a boyfriend who lives in Germany. I am Finnish. I live in Finland. So obviously one of us is gonna have to relocate, or both of us. And then we have decided that it's probably gonna be me. And so I need to learn German. See, I can speak Finnish, obviously. I can speak English, Swedish, and a little bit of Spanish. I have never studied German. Now, I have to study German though, because if I'm gonna live there, I need to learn the language. And I love learning new things, you know. I just love learning new things. But the sucky thing about learning new things is that you have to suck first in order to become good. You have to be bad at something before you get to be good at it. And you have to get over the fear of being bad at something. And I think this fear doesn't exist to you. Either it never existed, you always had this natural confidence in your abilities, or you will learn this on the way. You will find this confidence in your abilities because you will be doing the hard things. You will be doing things alone. You will be doing the hard things. You will travel alone and enjoy life alone. Try new things alone. I do feel like this is gonna be alone, by the way. She's alone. They are all alone. I'm sorry, but then again, they are all guided though. They have these angels with them, so it's not like you're spiritually alone, but physically you're alone. And that is really important, especially if you have like a tendency to be a little codependent. This is gonna be a bit of a shock to you, but it's also gonna be really, really good for you. Really good for you. Like self progress wise, you know. So yeah, let's get some more. We'll still have a little bit of time. The hell am I gonna set these cards though? I think I'm just gonna move that. No, we will have the other one. Do I have the wrong amount of... No, I have the right amount of cards. Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, now I got it. Yeah, sorry. I just realized because the prosperity card kind of blew me off. We have protection, preparedness, or resilience. So you are completely protected in this journey. And this is something that I am being told to tell you. How did it go? If you're worried about something, if you have anxiety, if you worry a lot, this is something you have to repeat every time you worry about something. All is well. Everything is happening for my highest good. From this experience, only good will come. I am safe. And you repeat this as many times as you need for it to fully sink in. And you kind of let it go. It has actually helped me a lot. I have a lot of anxiety and it really, really helps me with that. Like I say that as many times as I need to. If I'm like really stressed, I just repeat it. It's like a mantra that I repeat. And sometimes I just say it once. It was just a reminder. So that is definitely something for you, especially if you're really scared about starting this journey. But you are really prepared, and actually you don't even know how prepared you are. Your spirit guides have been preparing you for this, and all those like challenges you used to have in your life. I'm sorry, I'm just gonna adjust my seat. All those kind of like little things that kind of annoyed you, that you kind of had to, they were kind of like a roadblocks or something, I could describe them as, and you had to go the long way. They were actually, your spirit guides did that on purpose. They gave you these challenges. They gave these challenges to you for this purpose, so that you would have these skills to navigate this journey on your own. And they are there with you. They have been waiting for you to get on this journey for a very long time. We have two cards that were somehow face up in the deck. And that was really weird. I have already used those. So we have quite a few cards here. Jesus. So I'm just gonna put this up here then. There we go. So yeah, we have the Magician. Manifestation, empowerment, preparedness. Yeah. You don't even know how prepared you are. It's kind of like your spirit guides told you were gonna go somewhere. They just get in the car, we're gonna go on a road trip. And then they sort of leave you in the middle of the woods. And and they just leave you with this backpack full of like survival stuff and just leave you there and expect you to find your way home. And that is how they are showing it to me, but they are doing it with so much love. They want you to try your wings because you are ready. You've been so ready to fly for so long, but you just haven't dared to try your wings yet. But now you have to. It's the same thing. I just heard Lorelai Gilmore say, she says, yeah, so there was this moment in Gilmore Girls where Lorelai and Sookie, they were best friends and they were running this inn. And they always had this dream of building their own inn and like owning an inn and running it together. And Lorelai says to look at this one point like, I'm really scared. Like, I'm not sure if I can do it, because like whenever I had to do something, I was able to do it. When I had to find a job, I found it. When I had to raise Rory, I did it. When I had to get money to send her into a good school, I did it. But I don't have to buy this in and build it. I don't have to do that. So I don't know if I have what it takes. And guess what happens? The inn they used to work at, it burns down. And now they are out of a job, and now they have to run and buy an inn and build it and renovate and make it work. So that is just something that just happens. It's kind of like honestly, a mama bird literally not even just pushing them out of the tree like her babies, but like throwing her babies out of the tree. So we have 6 of Earth, charity, generosity, and windfall. Yeah. There will be a lot of prosperity coming for you, especially if you've had some money troubles all your life. Maybe I feel like some of you may have like struggled with money all your life. And this will actually be fixed after you have truly found your way and found out who you are and what is your purpose and how can you make a living out of it. And this is also something that I meant to tell you. If you're watching this here like half an hour later still, this reading then probably resonates with you. But if you felt like a lot of readings that you've been watching lately, they don't resonate too much, that's because you know what you have to do. You don't need any more guidance. You know exactly what you're supposed to do. That's why none of the readings, you know, they don't have any messages for you, because you already know everything you need to know. And then, so you take a break. This is something that happens to me all the time. I already know what I have to do, so none of the readings I try to watch resonate with me, unless there is something specific. So if this keeps happening for you, like suddenly none of the readers that usually had like really good readings for you, they just don't resonate with you anymore. That's because you know everything there is to know. So yeah, take that if that resonates. I don't know if I did this, but once more for luck. So let's give final message for my pile number 1s. What is the last and final message they need to hear? Okay, there we go. We have 2 actually. One is on the floor and one dropped on the table. Okay. The Chariot. Determination and self-control. Career advancement. Acknowledgement of success by others. Okay, this is actually something that resonates with the 3 of Earth as well. It talks about talent recognition and collaboration. So these could be connected. Yeah, and then we have 3 of Raphael. Relations to celebrate. Oh, relations. Reasons to celebrate. A community of friends. Happy announcements regarding relationships or children. Oh, okay, yeah, that's pretty cool. No, actually, let's just put that in here because it came with this card. So yeah. Whew, this is what I had for you. I really hope you enjoyed. I would really love to read for you again, and I hope to see you in my next one. Bye. Hello, my beautiful pile number 2. So you chose the lemon quartz and number 3, aspen spirit, courage. I'm gonna read the little story from the book as usual. Number 3. Okay. Aspen spirit, courage. In the forest, you can hear the whispering of the trees in the aspen grove. Your awareness sinks beneath the surface. You sense the aspen's network of roots, which allows each tree to connect with the rest of the grove. This connection also makes them a single organism, united at a soul level, that can live for thousands of years. Okay, so what I see with the Aspen Spirit card is that you will be finding your soul family. I don't know if you have already found them or if they are on their way to you currently, but this could also be a confirmation that the people that you're thinking of right now, they are indeed your soul family. If you feel it and you're like, okay, cool. Like, yeah, I was wondering. Yeah, they probably are. But yeah, I feel like you have been alone for a very long time. Physically or emotionally or both. And I feel like you have this lone wolf energy, this warrior energy, like, I can do this on my own. I can do everything on my own, and I don't need other people. I can do whatever. And that is a trauma response, first of all, and nothing wrong with that. I'm exactly the same, by the way, nothing wrong with it. I'm exactly the same. But what the Aspen Spirit tells us is that we don't necessarily have to do that alone. We just need to find the right people. And I feel like you have already just found them. They have found you, or they are on their way to you right now. So yeah, that's kind of exciting. Let's get another card, so I can compare it to something. Oh, that was really quickly. What the? But this was... Okay then. Yeah, we had the same card for pile number 1 as well. So if you were connected to pile number 1, or you felt drawn to pile number 1, you may want to check that out as well. If you weren't, you don't have to. But yeah. Creativity. I feel like with these people, you are free to... Oh, I get it now. This is actually a continuation of pile number 2, the pile number 1. So it wouldn't surprise me if someday, years from now, it doesn't even have to be years, it could be just months or weeks, but it could be that you once listened to pile number 1 and then you moved on to pile number 2, or you just did that now. But I feel like this is a second step, the next step from pile number 1 situation. Should I tell what happened in the pile number 1 or not? That's what I'm thinking. Well, I'll just give you the gist of it. So for pile number 1, it was more about their blessing was to go on a journey to find themselves. And your blessing is it's kind of like having the courage to accept these people and these blessings. Because you will be offered people. This is so weird. This is so weird to explain. But there are people coming into your life, and these people in itself are a blessing to you. But it's not just them, it's about how you feel around them. Because you have this feeling of being free. You can be the wild version of you, and they just love that. You can be as creative as you ever wanted to be, and they accept and love that. And it's kind of like they're a safe place for you to be yourself. And for pile number 1, it was kind of like they didn't even know who they were. And they were going on a journey to find out. And so for you, I feel like you have found out, or you already knew, you always knew, and you just never had found your people. You never found them until now, because they are actually coming. and they are coming rather fast. We are going to get one of these Finnish angel oracle cards as well. I'm gonna need a minute to read it for myself first, and then I'm gonna translate it. Okay. Pile number 2. What blessings are coming for pile number 2? Okay, so this card is called Progress. We want to give you recognition of your progress. You have learned to remember the meaning of love in your daily activities. We can see clearly what a huge gift you are to the world with your loving thoughts, feelings, and actions. So, and funny that there are actually 3 people. I'm feeling like sweet magnolias type of friendship. I wouldn't be surprised if the 3 of Cups would show up today. There is this feeling of like finding your soul sisters, and just like it's gonna feel like you always knew them, and as soon as you kind of like find them and you spend time with them, you can't even imagine not having them anymore in your life, because it's kind of like they always were in a way, but not physically. But yeah, it's a little weird. But the changing you that is happening, like you're no longer locked away, you're no longer careful with people, and you're not worried that they will hurt you, because these people, they will not hurt you. They will not. In fact, they will be doing the exact opposite. And they will sort of like, they just see you. Like in Avatar when they say like, I see you. And they know who you are. And you are safe to open up with them and just finally be who you are. Because I feel like you haven't felt safe to exactly be who you really are with the people that you've been around lately or all your life. Pile number 2, tell me about this blessing that is coming for them very shortly. And with the creativity, I feel like you may be doing something creative together. I'm being actually told that it could be some sort of a business, actually. We have 3 of air, sorrow, forgiveness, and healing. And there are 3 people in that. And then we have Knight of Fire, confident, passionate, adventurous. Yeah. It's kind of like these people, they will kind of show the best versions of you. They will kind of like help you become the best version of yourself. I'm just gonna see if I can lower the, oh, just a little bit. No, it didn't help at all. Oh well, we're just gonna go with this then. I like it when you can see all the cards, like, but then these are hidden, so anyway, doesn't really matter though. They will help you with healing. You will be able to open up to them easily, and you don't have to worry about them like spreading your secrets or anything like that. You don't have to do any of it. And they will kind of like I just heard, I think it was from Modern Family. I think it's the very first episode when Gloria says, you have to be the wind behind his back, not spit in his face. And and apparently it sounds gorgeous in Spanish. So I don't know why, but I suppose it like means like, you have to blow on the back, not spitting his face. I feel like it talks about the wind, like if you blow on the back, then you have this kind of like support, and it's easier to run or walk when you have like wind coming from behind you. And then obviously if it's blowing to the other direction, then you know you can have spit flying into your face if somebody would be spitting at the right moment, at the right height, at the right distance. But yeah, they will just help you gain this confidence. Like I feel like they will be boosting you up. Like it's the I see the from The Incredibles too, when the baby gets the new Incredible suits and he's like walking with it, and what was her name? Oh my god, have I forgotten? No, Elsa, no. Oh man, it's the fashion designer. Damn it, have I forgotten her name? I keep getting like Elsa, but it's not Elsa. Damn it, I don't know. I don't remember her name. Anyway, you will be probably really disappointed in me, but I suck with names, okay? But the baby is like walking in the new super suit, and the woman is there like, oh, hold on, what does it say? She says like, oh, they should be honored to be in your presence, and I don't know, just these like incredible, like over the top confidence, like compliments, not confidences, compliments. And the baby, he just like starts like walking more confidently and just strutting and spinning and just feeling, you know, just feeling himself. And I don't know, I just love that, because that's something that I feel definitely with these people. Oh my god, can I be a part of it, please? Because I love this, honestly. I want this too. Okay, so we have the Empress, creation, abundance, action. Oh, this is a very specific message, but I feel like either you will be a godmother or godfather to their children, or both ways, or they will be godmother or godfather to your children. We also have the Chariot, willpower, victory, and recognition. This whole thing might need require relocation. It could be that you're meeting them in like a new country or city, actually. Willpower, victory, recognition. Let me think for a moment. We have a lot of threes here. So I do feel like this is going to be two people. I don't know, there's just this like incredible unconditional love that I feel with these people. And I feel like they're going to be the best thing that has ever happened to you. And I feel like it might seem a little bit... I feel like one of them might be a hugger, and you're like, oh, I don't know how to do this. And then it just becomes like a second nature to you. Like you become a hugger as well. I just feel like there's something here that makes you sort of... It sort of like melts your icy protection wall, if that makes sense. Take that as a confirmation. Let's get another card, because we still have some... Oh, no, that's way too much. We still have some time. Oh, come on. Pile number 2. Tell me about this next blessing that will be happening for my beautiful pile number 2. Okay. Seven of Water, choices, over-analyzing and procrastination. I do feel like this is actually where you are currently at the moment. So I feel like there is actually a choice to be made here. And this might be a choice that actually leads you to these people. And I think that it could actually be something as simple as walking into a store, like seeing something on the window and just walking in, and that there they are, you meet them and something happens there. I don't know, there's just like I feel like it's gonna be a crazy coincidence that you even meet them, and you will be eternally grateful for this. Yeah, that's totally something that I feel here. Like I feel your gratefulness. That's kind of like coming from your future self. Like you're so glad you met them. And I feel like you may find them at a difficult time. You may be having a difficult time right now, especially if you were leaning towards the pile number 1, because that was like a journey that they had to do alone. And I feel like this might actually be at the beginning of the journey, in case you were in that pile number 1. Or it could be that somebody actually just watched the pile number 1 and then moved on to pile number 2. Because I'm really feeling the connection here. Because the pile number 1s, they had to go through the journey alone. If they had a boyfriend or a girlfriend or a wife or a husband, they probably had to, and that, yeah. Like for the majority of them, that would like go south basically, and that what kind of like kick-started their journey. And I feel like this might actually be for some of you in the very early stages of that journey, that you will be finding these people, and it will be a difficult time in your life, and they will help you through it. And they will also help you kind of like find your passion and how to run with it. What can you do like physically if you had some sort of like a dream, like business-wise, something you wanted to do. It could also be that, let's say you wanted some sort of a career. Let's say you wanted to open a shop. And you walk into a shop one day, you're feeling a bit down, you walk into a shop and you're kind of curious about it because that is something that you would like to own someday. And you walk in and then you start talking with the lady there who works there. And that's how you become friends. It could be that they actually have something that you want for yourself, and you go to them to ask for pointers or something, and that's when a beautiful friendship just sprouts. And there is just this like, they are so caring and you are so caring of them. It's just really beautiful. It's this sisterly love. And I feel like this somehow like it moves you forward in life overall. Like this, it's almost like it doesn't even need to be like relocated. Like you don't have to necessarily relocate, but I feel like some of you may. Because I just saw, when I said that, I saw, it was from the flight attendant when Cassie, in the beginning of the second season, Cassie has moved from, I don't know where she lived, was it New York City or something? But she lived somewhere and she moved to LA, and she moved there because she was supposed to be sober and she relapsed. And she was just breaking apart, like she was falling apart, and so she decided to move the next day, and she did, and She had been sober ever since, and she had found a great guy who loved her, and she had a beautiful home, and all of her appliances were matched, and it was just amazing. And yeah, so for some of you, it might actually be that you are in fact relocating, and you will be finding these people in this new city, new country. And I feel like you will be kind of down when you meet them. Like, you will not be in the... You're just lonely, kind of figuring things out. And that is when they find you or you find them. That's how I feel like it's going to happen for you. So, what is the final message you have for my beautiful pile number 2? What is your final message? Okay. 5 of Michael. This situation doesn't serve you. Release your attachment to the outcome. Consider taking more uplifting approach. Yes. So these cards, I took them as kind of like a advice for your present moment. So something is not serving you, and for some of you the message is that you need to relocate, and this could mean finding a new job or finding a new place, finding a new country, finding a new city. That is something that will be the choice you have to make. Because the 7 of water talks about a choice that has to be made. And you need to listen to your intuition on what is the right thing to do. You can also get a pendulum. I like to ask my pendulum a lot when I have a choice to make. And so far, there was this one point when I asked my pendulum if I should cut my hair or not. Does that sound silly? I have so much pride in my hair. Like, it used to be down to my butt. It was beautiful. It was gorgeous. And then also I had like my natural hair, but I had some like blonde highlights, but they were like growing really low right now, or back then. And I asked my pendulum if I should cut my hair, and it said yes. So I did, and I came home and I cried for 2 days because my hair was so ugly. She said she was gonna take off like 10 centimeters, and she showed me 10 centimeters. My hair used to be like down to my butt. When I came home after she took out 10 centimeters, it was down to my bra strap. That's not 10 centimeters. That's not. I was so upset. She never knew because I thanked her. But, you know, I don't know. I cried for days. I regretted it so bad. But I don't regret it anymore. Not that I don't really love my hair, but that kind of... that kind of like... Because this is what I always say. If you're like not content in your life right now, you have to change something. Or if you do something and it still sucks, then you have to do something more. And so I'm going to change my hair again. I've had like my own hair color for years now. It took me a long while to get my own hair color back, but I'm gonna do some changes. I haven't done these changes in years, and it's gonna be a little scary because I'm gonna do this by myself because I don't trust any hairdressers anymore. So yeah, if you're a hairdresser, when you say 10 centimeters, keep it 10 centimeters. I would much rather go back to a hair salon week after to cut some more than cry at home myself to sleep because she took more than she promised. And let me tell you something. because I wanted like the butterfly cut, you know, like I didn't get that. It was just a cut. It was just a cut. It was nothing like I asked. And I even showed her pictures like, this is what I want. Can this work? It said, yes, this is actually what I had in mind for you. No, this was not what you had in mind, because I look nothing. My hair looks nothing like it. Not even a little bit. Anyway, let's stop talking about that. The point is, if you make a change and you feel like it was the right thing to do, and you make a change and you're still not content, it's because you have to do some more to it. It wasn't enough. That change wasn't enough. So you have to do some more. My friend keeps jumping from job to job, trying to find a better job for himself. He keeps doing this, and he's like always so excited when he gets a new interview to another job. This is gonna be the perfect job for me, and then he gets it and it's always disappointing. And I keep telling him it's because this is not what he's supposed to be doing. He's supposed to be, I just know it. I've made a few readings for him and I just know it. He's supposed to work for himself. So this is why whenever he tries to find a new job, it's always disappointed, because it's not his purpose. He's supposed to be doing something else, yet he keeps finding like similar things that are not his thing, because he keeps thinking it's the job's fault. No, it's the fact that his purpose doesn't match with the job. That's why they keep disappointing him, because they are not for him. Anyway, you will be, is it discontent or uncontent? I don't know. I don't remember. But if you feel like you just can't find the right thing, you have to widen your search. Cast a bigger net. Because it could be that it's a thing that you don't expect to be the thing. Does that make any sense? I don't know anymore. But there's something in your life, a situation, a person or a place that doesn't serve you, and you need to release it, and you need to make this choice, and you have to stop over analyzing and being this analysis paralysis thing. You have to move to the other thing. You have to choose to search for the other thing, and this is how you will find this blessing. It's not just gonna drop into your lap. You have to actually go and search for it. So yeah, and you do that by making this choice, by leaving things that don't serve you. This is what you have to do in order to find these people, to find your purpose, because they in turn, they are going to help you find this purpose. They will help you find it. And you need them, and they need you. So don't disappoint them and yourself. So make this choice, make the choice that is best for you and nobody else, just for you, and do it. Do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. Just like I have to go in this journey with my hair to find my perfect hair. the hairstyle that actually is something that I'm supposed to look like in this moment of my life. Does that make any sense? Like you know, like how our lives have these seasons, and we can kind of like tell it by the way we looked, because we always change the way we look when we are entering a new chapter of our lives. So the reason why the haircut didn't look so good is because that's not it yet. There's something more has to be done. So I'm just gonna do more. I'm gonna dye it. So yeah, do it. I already bought the bleach. Where's your bleach? So yeah, this is what I had for you. I really hope you enjoyed. I would really love to read for you again, and I hope I see you in my next one. Bye. Hello, my beautiful pile number 3. So you chose the citrine. And number 42, Storm Spirit, Chaos. So I'm gonna read the little story in the book. A fierce and massive storm has overtaken the forest. Trees are whipping back and forth. A torrent of rain pounds your head and shoulders. Crashes of thunder shake the earth as ragged shards of lightning illuminate the dark woods. So, things have been shaken up, but I feel like this is a good kind of storm. For some of you, I see like a few options here that might be happening for you. So, for some of you, let's say type number 1, you have had some rigid routines lately, or always. Imagine kind of like, I don't know, what can I use as an example? Okay, so this is kind of like a TV example. We've seen it in The Good Girls, for example, where you have like, and then Gypsy is one show, where there's this kind of like a mother, maybe a stay-at-home mom, and they have been doing it really well, but they have been not entirely content. And then they go a little bit crazy and shake things up, and they yell at the queen moms who kind of like rock the stay-at-home mom, you know, thing. And it could be that something like that is happening for you, where you've always been the good girl, the good boy, and you've always done what was asked for you, and now you've had enough, and you are, to others, you're crazy, but to yourself, you have never been more like yourself. Then there is type 2, maybe. I just had a thought and just escaped from me. Come back, where are you? Hold on, type 2, I was looking at something. Type 1, the change, and then type 2. Okay, well, let's just use a type 3 then, can I remember that one? It could be that you have been kind of stuck in your ways, and what is asked from you is to kind of create some chaos, do things differently, get some energy moving. I don't remember the type 2 right now. Oh yeah, right, now I remember. Okay, so it could be that your life is kind of messy right now and chaotic, but it's actually the good kind. Something good is happening out of it, because many don't know this, but storms are actually really good for the environment and everything, and for the nature. Even though they destroy things, they also, you know, fertilize the earth, because the lightnings are actually strong enough to isolate, kind of like break apart, like take like nitrogen atoms from the air, and they get washed down with the rain to the earth, and in the soil they will kind of like react with the minerals there and become nitrates, and that is a type of fertilizer. So the nitrogen that is a fertilizer, it comes from the air, and it gets to the earth by the force of a lightning. So they are very important to the environment, even though it may not seem that way, because they are very forceful and they destroy things, but they are very important. And also they kind of like create, you know, places for animals. When they knock down the trees, that might not seem like a good thing, but they become safe places for animals and stuff and homes. So that happens, has to happen. So this storm is nothing to be afraid of. I feel like, oh, well, there goes the book. I still had it in my hand for some reason. But I guess we're gonna take another card then. Just to see what the blessing is with the storm. Like, this is where you are now. And let's see what the blessing is. What is coming out of it? Ooh, okay. Clarity. Okay, yeah. Okay, good. So this actually makes sense with the storm, you know, like the day is clear after the storm passes. That happens. It could be that you're not seeing things quite clearly. They also say like how I don't know if that is if there is a saying like that in the English language, but in Finland we say that the storms actually cleanse the air. Because, well, they do. But I don't know if they actually say that in English. If they do, cool. But yeah, if they don't, you know, new information. But it does. And rain, actually, there's a lot of oxygen in the air when it's raining, and that's really good. So there's just this clarity. A lot of things will be moved out of your way and you can see things clearly. And this is crucial for you to be able to make a choice that's going to be in your highest and best. And so that's funny. I think I'm gonna take this card. It's a little weird, but I'm gonna take it because, so my desk is rather small and the whole setup here takes a lot of space from my desk. So I don't have a lot of space. I just have like my glass of water and my decks and a plant and a lamp. But I like to have my different decks like stacked, like on top of each other in the order that I will be using them in. And then I just create another deck, another tower of decks with like for the ones that I have already used. So when I took that card, I moved the deck on the other pile, but I didn't notice that there was one card that remained. Are you motherfucking kidding me? Of course it's this card. This card has come out for pile number 1 and pile number 2 and now pile number 3. What the hell is happening with this creativity thing? Like, a lot of people are just like waking up to their creativity suddenly. That's kind of crazy, but cool. Excellent. I'm just gonna somehow like kind of maybe, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just gonna combine them a little bit like this maybe. Yeah, this is good. This is good. So yeah, this is actually going to help you with your, I don't know, there's like a lot of stuff is being moved out of the way. And I feel like a lot of beliefs, something that you really wholeheartedly always believed in, a lot of those things are actually going away, for better and for worse. There could be something, maybe some people that you really counted on that you suddenly realize you actually can't trust them at all, and they will be taken out of your life. But you're also breaking some, I'm sorry, I'm losing my voice a little bit. I've been talking so much all day. Just 1 second. So, what was I saying? I was talking about, yeah, some limiting beliefs will also be taken out of the equation. Like some things like that were actually limiting you, that will be taken away, or you will be breaking. Like, I can't do things alone. Yes, you can. Or I feel like there's something like connected to something that you're not able to do, and then you realize that actually I am able to do this. There's this capability question here that I feel. I'm also gonna take one of these Finnish Angel Oracle cards. And I'm going to translate them for you. I might need a minute to do that though, so sorry about that. We are going to take, no, okay. I was going to take the first card that popped out, but I just heard, no, not that one. But, you know, if it comes back out, then, you know, that's meant for you. Maybe I was mistaken, but I'm gonna go with my gut. Pile number 3. What blessings are coming from my pile number 3? There's just this sense of thank God. Thank God this happened, because otherwise I would still be stuck in this. I feel like there will be some lies that will be revealed. Or some truths that will be revealed. For better and for worse. Okay, so I'm being taken to my own example from my own life, unfortunately, and it's not a very pleasant one. So, I have had 3 boyfriends before my current one, and all of them, every single one of them, had cheated on me. And, well, later on, well, obviously we broke up after that, and in some cases, I only found out afterwards. And it was very difficult for me. But I always kind of like knew that it wasn't really about me. The first boyfriend that I had, he was just an asshole. Like he does that to every single girlfriend he has had before me and has had since. And then the second one, well, he was dealing with some mental illnesses and difficulties, which don't entirely explain it, because as it turns out, I have the same mental disorder, I guess you can say, as he did, and I would never do that. But basically he was not in a very good place, and that happened. And then with my third one, well, he fell in love with someone else. And, you know, there's just a lot of, you know, things just happen. Well, he fell in love with his co-worker. And in all of those cases later on, I thought, thank God they did. Because I would never take them back after that. Even if they asked, I would never take them back. And let me tell you, they did ask. They did ask. And there's just this... And then, because they actually always broke up with me. I never... Wait a minute. No, I never broke up with them because I only found out afterwards. Every time it happened, I found out afterwards. And... I never took them back, like, after that. Well, the second one, yes, I did take him back once, but he didn't cheat on me then, I don't think, anyway. It doesn't matter. The point is, I never broke up with them, and I think I would still be together with some of them to this day if A, they hadn't broken up with me, or B, I hadn't heard about them cheating on me. So now that I have absolutely no feelings for them, I'm obviously like, what the hell did I ever even see in those guys? But there's also this kind of like I'm grateful that they did, because I would still be hung up on them, maybe, possibly, probably not, hopefully not, but it is a possibility that I would still be hung up on them. But now they are like completely out of my mind, because I would never take them back. And I do not want them. I do not want them. And I don't have to think about any what could have beens or anything like that, because they they made that choice from me, basically. Like they took away that choice, and it turned out to be for the best. And you know, like I cried back then. I cried. It was horrible. It was heartbreaking. It was not fun. But now I'm like, thank God they broke up with me, because there is a chance I would still be with them. And also I had like this, like there has been this like this thing with a lot of jobs that I really wanted but I never got, and then it turned out like some of them went bankrupt, some of them like turned out to be really horrible places to work at. Oh, I'm sorry, I've been talking about myself for a very long time now. Jeez. Okay, so let's move on. So we have this card that says time to go, and it says the sun rises and sets every single day. The same movement also happens to human life. Every life begins with a sun. Hold on. Every sunset in your life is beautiful when you remember that the sun always rises the next day. The rest of them are just new beginnings, and we will be with you in every phase of your life. Oh, that was so beautiful. Oh my God. Yeah, okay, so this is something you have to remember. They are with you. Your spirit guides will be with you, and this is happening for the best. There are a lot of things that don't feel very good right now, but they are happening for the best. A lot of changes are happening. A lot of lies will be, or truths will be revealed. A lot of people, you will suddenly see people for who they are. It's kind of like I see a sort of like a glam. Okay, so this is kind of like a fantasy book thing, kind of like having like someone like a magical creature doing this sort of, this is actually in Holly Black's books, in the Cruel Prince, Wicked King, and The Queen of Nothing. It's a series. There is this, there are also like fairies or elves, or I don't remember quite clearly, but they have this ability to glamour themselves to look like something else, because they usually have like horns or cat eyes or something that is like different things. And if they talk to humans, they glamour themselves to look like humans. So it feels like some of these people that are around you, the glamour magic will be lifting, and you will finally see who they really are. And this is happening for the best. It doesn't feel that way, but it truly is. Anyway, we have Eight of Earth, education, focus, and details. You will be completely immersed in yourself after this whole thing. You will be focused. You will be clear. You know exactly what you want to do and how you can get it. It's kind of like, I don't know, I feel like this is actually an American thing. Like sometimes like you see in TV where teenage boys or girls, parents say, you need to stop dating so you can study better or something. And that is something like maybe you lose someone, like a friend or boyfriend or girlfriend, wife, husband thing, something person. And this will give you the opportunity to be completely focused. So there's Five of Air, mistakes, melodrama, reassessment. Yeah. A lot of things will be happening for you. You do feel like a fool, I feel like, with some of these people. It's funny how your blessing is something so negative. I really want to know what this... I don't know. It's almost like your blessing will be the truth. Your blessing will be to see clearly. That is your blessing. I feel like maybe this is actually something, it could be that you always saw the signs, but you never actually believed them. That's something that I feel like you didn't want to see them, you didn't want to believe them, and now your spirit guides were like, enough. This is enough. We've seen enough. We've done this enough. It's time to move on from this, and we're gonna do it. And they do it very aggressively, might I add. So we have 6 of Fire, success, recognition, and self-esteem. I do feel like these actually should be this way. Yeah. There is a lot of conflict with the people in your life. And this is kind of like the good kind of chaos. They will be purifying the air. The air is clear, your mind is clear, you know who you can trust, who you cannot. You will be completely immersed in your craft, whatever it is. Maybe it's your career, maybe it's your family, maybe it's your hobbies, your something, your art, your music, something. Because we have creativity card here. Could be, this is actually something that I heard for, I think it was for pile number 2. But it was in Pretty Little Liars, where Arya's parents gets divorced, and Arya goes to meet her mom at a coffee shop, and she notices that she has like paint all over her hands, and she's like, oh, you started painting again. And the mom is like, yeah, who knew that all I had to do to get my spark back was to get divorced? It's that kind of a thing. Funny how I thought like because all of my readings have been rather dark lately, I feel like. And I thought, oh, but what could be more positive than reading about what new blessings will be coming your way? Oh my god. Ah, Spirit's guide did me so wrong today. I mean, this is kind of like this is such a good thing though, but it's just, it's kind of like a beautiful thing coming in an ugly package. That's what I feel like. We have the dreamer. We have beginning, believing, and protected. Yes. It's like the mantra, all is well. Everything is happening for my highest good. From this experience, only good will come. I am safe. You will be getting some recognition. I feel like you will be completely it's all okay. So this is something that I actually see for some of you. It could be that you're going through a breakup and you immerse yourself in bettering yourself. Maybe you start going to the gym, and you start going to the gym like religiously, and a few months later or year later, a couple of years later, you are unrecognizable. You are becoming your higher self, and you are, I don't know, there's just this, you have this power, you're taking your power back. Like, it's almost like this storm, it kind of like, it takes the power of your secret enemies away. Like, the people who haven't been honest with you, who haven't been right for you, they will be relieved from their weapons, basically. You will now see who they are. You will see clearly who they are, and that their intentions weren't pure. And this will feel very hurtful to you. You will feel very vulnerable and hurt, and what's the word? Kind of like wounded. And this will make you focus on yourself completely. Career, health, family, something. You will be completely focused on yourself. And this will take you somewhere you've ever been before. Like you will take your power back by focusing on yourself completely. And this will actually lead you to a new dream and a new beginning. But I can't talk about that now because your spirit guides are actually like showing me like shh, don't say anything. Be quiet. Don't say anything about it. But there is a new beginning coming after this. And I'm not supposed to say anything about it because it's supposed to remain a secret. But you can guess what it is. I guess. Now your spirit guides were like, no, shut up. Okay, so I'm not gonna say anything. I'm not even gonna let you guess. So let's get, what advice do your spirit guides have for you in your present moment? What advice do they have for you? What do you need to know in your present moment? Knight of Michael, time to move quickly. Choose logic over emotion. Sudden changes. Yeah, this makes sense. Yeah, time to move quickly. The storm is here. It's, oh, there's a storm. He's heading straight into the storm. Wow, okay. That's insane, but cool. Yeah, choose logic over emotion. I know that you will be so emotionally hurt, and it could be that they will be, I don't know. There's a chance that they might be gaslighting you. Be very, very logical. This is not the time to be very emotional for you. You have to remember, this is something I just heard, but it was in Mufasa's voice, you know, like remember, in Lion King. You have to remember, it might be best, because this might be a person or people, and they will be trying to connect with you later on, like during and later on. And I feel like it might be best for you to write down everything that they did and what they said about it, so that you can read it over and over again when they try to contact you or connect with you. Take that as a confirmation. I don't know if you can actually hear my phone buzzing when it gets messages, but just in case. You need to take the logic out of it. This is why you need to remind yourself, because they will be having a lot of words. They will be having a lot of sweet words and all that. But you have to listen to yourself. You have to make sure that you are your first priority, because all of these can't happen if you are not your first priority. That is something that has to be made sure. And I feel like some of you might actually find that art is something that you need to do. It can be like anything. It doesn't have to be painting. It could be like sculpture and making jewelry and stuff. But yeah, the storm is going to be good for you. In a way, in a long run, you'll be okay. You'll be losing some fake people, but you will be gaining a lot of goals will be reached, actually. A lot of goals will be reached. And some of those goals were something you never thought you would ever reach. So yeah, this is what I had for you. I really hope you enjoyed. I would really love to read for you again, and I hope I see you in my next one. Bye!